Craft brews, casual conversations. We are going to be drinking an Imperial Pumpkin Porter from Epic Brewing. My guest this week, the one and only, most repeated guest on the program. His name is Rob. This is Dudes with Brews on a Porch.
Dudes with Brews on a Porch bring you strange brews, stories of the paranormal, the weird, the unusual. Enter if you dare.
Did the intro start, or do you put that in after?
I put that in after.
That's in post.
All in post, baby.
Pumpkin.
That's how it goes.
All right.
Yeah, we're 'tis the season to be basic bitches, you know?
Well, I was telling you before I came, I've officially hit a point now where I have, there's something to shoot for in terms of a beer I consider to be a good beer.
Right. You liked the one last week, and so let's talk a little bit. Originally, I texted you earlier this week and said, hey, do you want to do this Sober October thing? I don't know if you follow the Joe Rogan podcast.
I don't.
Last year,
I know what Sober October.
Bert Kreischer and Tom Segura and Joe Rogan all did this Sober for October because Bert Kreischer drinks a lot and everything like that. And they did like a challenge with it along too. They had to do 15 hot yoga sessions in the month, and I think it was whoever like lost like the most weight or whatever, like. Or had to, something along the lines of somebody had to pay for something. Now they're doing like another thing this month, and I was like, hey, maybe I'll give that a shot.
Yeah, we've got a hot yoga place on the north side of town. Let's.
I would do it.
That sounds so horrible to me.
I just got a Y membership, and I've been working out this week. I started a keto.
I can tell you look great.
Thanks. I started a keto diet, but it's the stuff I've been having is too much dairy, and it's fucking my stomach up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the keto diet, really, a lot of the dishes rely on heavy, like, dairy products. And
keto might not be the way for you to go.
Well, I looked up some non-dairy keto stuff. And I'm going to try it for a little longer with just less dairy. I honestly, cut dairy out for the longest time, and I would have, cheese every once in a while, but the last 2 days I've had, I had some soup that I made, which is fucking good, and I made a casserole, which is also really, really good, but, low carb, high fat. I've lost 7 pounds.
For those of you listening, if you have never seen Drew, he's cut. He doesn't need
cut.
He doesn't need to go on a diet. That's for sure.
I got a gut still. I need to lose the gut.
Well, give him. It's not a gut. It's a little. He's got a pouch, and he has a beer podcast. So I think people can cut you some slack.
Right.
For Wisconsin, he's a hard 10.
Thank you very much. I greatly appreciate that. So we are going to be drinking some Epic Brewing. They are from Colorado as well as Utah. So we are drinking their Imperial Pumpkin Porter.
That's really crazy that Colorado and Utah would team up, considering they're always at war with each other.
Are they? Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Well, come on, man.
Oh, okay. My bad.
We can start something here.
Yeah, they say fuck each other. It's really weird. This is a release. Of course, it's a exponential series. This is release number 35 this year. So it's a pumpkin kind of yam beer. Not too much listed on the Untapped app. It's 6.5 ABV. NA on the IBUs. It is a porter. It's very dark. It's got pumpkin spices in it.
It smells good.
Does it say anything on the bottle? Let's see here. Government warning. Just says porter brewed with pumpkin and spices. That's you are holding something special. One of the only of a few thousand bottles released. All right. Intrigued? Well, you can visit epicbrewing.com to explore this limited brew's precise details. Maybe I should have done that, huh? So this is
you can do that in post.
Yeah, this is saying looks like on the bottle it says 7.5 alcohol per volume. So this is actually release number 37. So I don't know if release number 35 is so this is number 37. So that's what we're drinking. 'Tis the season, and it is a Strange Brew episode, Robert.
I like it.
We're dedicating a month to Strange Brew. Back to the Sober October thing. I looked into some craft coffee, and it's expensive.
My mom said that she would try and get you some samples from some local, Madison Brewing Company.
Well, I can get Collectivo.
She's willing to do the legwork if you will.
Good, I'll take it. There's one called Bones Bones Coffee Company, and they have like crazy flavors, like s'mores. They have like a maple bacon one. Like that's kind of the craft spirit, and you can get a 5-pack of samplers, which brews. I think they said like 2 pots.
Nice,
which is pretty good but it's like $40, and then you got to ship it obviously. And I don't think we had enough time, but I got enough beer. Fuck it,
you got a pumpkin. You got to do the pumpkin.
I don't have a problem drinking, so
I'm not seeing very much festive stuff here. But then all of a sudden in this corner, you got pumpkin beer and you got pumpkin.
That's a reading guide for my son. We read to him at night, and we gotta log it so we get some bucks.
Yeah, and you log it by coloring a pumpkin the wrong color, apparently.
That's my wife, so talk to her. Well, we're gonna be talking
Where
about.
Is she?
Hey, you can speak now. No, just kidding. I don't. Hashtag me too.
Just
I don't
kidding.
do that.
You can't sit there.
Right. So we're gonna be talking about this man.
This man.
And thousands of people apparently dreaming of this man.
Yeah, this man got me through my work night last night.
Did it? Should we try the beer first?
Yeah.
Let's.
It smells good.
It smells portery. It smells pumpkin-y.
You get that aftertaste of spice. Did you lose your big toe, or are you just hiding it? Oh, okay.
Just hiding it.
It looked like it was amputated.
Yep.
Sorry, everybody.
That's how I lost some
tangent.
weight. Sorry for all you toe amputees.
Yeah, talking about how something looks is not a good podcast conversation.
Definitely is a porter. You got the porter-esque taste to it, but it does have that it's very non-overpowering, but it has a pumpkin.
It has a pumpkin
feel.
aftertaste, but is it just me, or is it kind of bland?
I can taste a pumpkin.
I can taste it, but
It's not very strong. It's not overpowering by any means, which I kind of like it when things aren't overpowering. I like the subtlety of taste. I enjoy a porter. It's very thick. This is going to be my carbol intake for the day, I'm sure.
it's good, though. I mean, I could drink that.
Yeah. Porters are never...
It just doesn't seem as flavorful as a dark beer normally is.
Maybe it's not as thick, not as heavy.
Yeah.
A little on the lighter side. But porters are something you can never really just pound. You got to fucking...
No, yeah, that's probably why.
Yeah, I don't know, man. This week has been rough. I've woke up not feeling very well for the last few days. Kind of like a head cold stuff. I went to the Packer game on Sunday, so that could have been something to do with it. It could have gotten a little bit of a cold.
Yeah, not.
But I was like, I need to entertain the masses. I need to do this episode, and we did this last minute. And I found this article.
Do you have are your listeners called anything like duties or dudettes or?
We gotta think of that.
Yeah.
The Brewsters.
Brewsters. I was just thinking about that. Yeah.
The Brewsters. I like that. The Brewies. Can't be the Brewers because it's our team, but
yeah,
they're doing well.
I think Brewies would work because
Brewies.
It's beer brewers giving and the drinkers would be like, so if there's the brewers, then the people drinking would be the Brewies, right?
Yeah, I think so. That's a good idea. I like it. We'll workshop it, I guess. But let's talk about this man. So thousands of people are dreaming of this man, and I have a picture of him that I will post to our Instagram page, which you can follow us.
Which do you have? I have it on my phone too, so I want to get it out so that we can talk about the way this guy looks too.
He looks like he's got like
huge eyebrows,
crazy ass eyebrows.
I was thinking about it.
He kind of got a monkey face.
I'd like to know how many of these people played with that. What's that magnet toy, like the fuzzy Al or something?
Yeah.
Like that?
Yeah, it looks like it. He's got like kind of a monkey-esque face, balding up top.
But he's white. This is important.
Right.
So sorry. So you're okay in terms of PC.
So
get off your high horses, all you people.
Oh, you wokesters.
And if you thought a different way, open your mind a little bit.
Right. So thousands of people are across the world who have dreamt of this man.
There's now my car.
That's all right. There's now a website to describe their experiences. So a lot of times, it seems to have started around the 2006. That's when it was like measured in New York. A patient of a well-known psychiatrist draws the face of a man that had been reportedly appearing in her dreams. In more than one occasion, the man has given her advice on her private life. The woman swears she's never met this man in her real life, which isn't that like a thing where you only like they say you only dream of people that you recognize, but I'm sure you could craft something in your mind.
I know that can't
like.
be true because
Yeah.
I've had people in my dreams that were amalgams of
Right.
many people, or I think I actually did at one point go, and this might, I guess, like, because your brain can't decipher between reality and like memory, like, or past and present, and dreams, and like when you remember something, your brain is remembering it, whether like there's not a distinction in your brain until you consciously go, that was a dream, or this was the past, or this was what, like, but at a certain point I do remember like going, okay, I'm gonna think up a person.
It wouldn't be hard to do.
Yeah. And then like I would do that before I went to sleep, and I did definitely have a visualization of that person.
Okay.
In a dream.
Well, so they drew this portrait, and the psychiatrist decides to send the portrait to some of his colleagues that have patients with recurring dreams and everything like that. Within a few months, 4 patients recognized the man as a frequent presence in their own dreams. All the patients refer to him as this man. This man. What does he do? Well, this man does a couple of different things. People have claimed this man in a lot of cities all over the world: Los Angeles, Berlin, Beijing, Rome, Barcelona, Stockholm, Paris, all over the fucking place. He's done various things. He gives like advice. One person account says, first time I had a dream about this man, I was having a hard time at work. Had a dream about getting lost in a huge and deserted shopping mall. Suddenly, this man appeared, and I started running away from him. He chased after me for what seemed like an hour, until I found myself against the wall in a kids' area of a supermarket, which, okay, that's pretty specific as well.
Yeah. If you don't know where this is going, it sounds like it could be bad here.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, being chased into the kids' portion of a mall, being pushed up against a wall.
Right.
There's some definite, your therapist might tell you that there's you shouldn't explore that in your life. But it doesn't go that way, so let's see what happens. I've read this, but...
So they say at this point, he smiled at me and showed me the way out towards the cash desks, and he woke up. And ever since that night, this man has appeared in all of their dreams, and he's always given them directions to get out of a dream and wake up.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
I thought you were done with that. So finish the story here, and then...
No, I was just going to continue. Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, I would recommend to people to maybe go to the This Man website.
I didn't check it out. Did you?
I didn't, but at least so that they can see the picture.
Right.
If you're listening to this, like, pause, go and just look at the picture, and maybe read just the main story.
Maybe you've dreamt of this man.
Yeah, but like, because there are some weird characteristics on this drawing. I think we should talk about how he looks for a moment at some point here.
Well, yeah, he's balding up top.
Well, yeah, he's
bushy eyebrows.
He's got connected earlobes.
Oh, all right, you're going in those details.
And he's got no upper lip, or a very small upper lip compared
thin.
to very
weak
thin.
Kisser.
Yeah. And for some reason, I know he doesn't look like it, but he gives me the impression every time I look at this picture, it reminds me of the guy the kid from Terminator 2.
It's been a long time since I've seen that.
He was in X-Files in an episode too, I think. But baby face kid.
Isn't he? He was in American History X. He's the kid that gets.
That I'm not sure.
Got another fucking call. Sorry, I'm not gonna answer at this time.
Yeah, last time, if you're listening every week, you know that we tried to do something that last time, and then it turned out to be a legit.
Well, they just hung up pretty quick. So, anyways. Other people dream about this man flying with them, comforting them after a tough day, or even taking them out to dinner, and having sex. Bow chicka wow wow. This man is all over the place. He's like,
this guy gets up, he gets down, he gets dirty.
He's like the opposite of Freddy Krueger.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to get plowed by this man in my dreams, but if he wants to go fly with me, give me advice.
Yeah, well,
take me to a nice dinner.
From what I read, I didn't see any. They definitely said having sex, not raping. So that's a good distinction.
Consensual.
To make. Yeah. So
in the dream, so he's not an evil being going into these people's dreams. Like, some people say that have developed some theories. One is being dream surfer, saying that this is a real person who can enter people's dreams by means of specific psychological skills. Some believe that in real life this man looks like the man in the dreams. Others think that this man in the dreams looks completely different from his real life counterpart. Some people even believe that behind this man there's a mental conditioning plan developed by a major corporation. Of course, you gotta.
Did you read any of the comments?
No.
My mom, because I sent her this link.
Oh, really?
And she read the comments, and apparently that there's a guy in New York that owns a marketing company.
Mm-hmm.
According to this commenter, that looks just like this man. Which
Really?
But now it doesn't. I didn't see in any of these stories that he was wearing a T-shirt with some like logo placement or something on it.
Yeah.
But because I kind of went to a good place with this, where it's like, okay, it's kind of a dream guardian of the sorts, like, to guide you or whatever. But like, my mom kind of got cynical about it and was like, that's, this could be, if he owns a marketing company, then like she read that comment and instantly went like, this guy must be, it's the future, dream advertising. And I was like, yeah, but he took to get the person out of the store.
Yeah.
Or
he's a good guy.
Yeah. It seems like he's
right.
And she's like, oh, well it all starts that way. But, to me, I was thinking about this too, though. It's like 7.5 billion people on the planet.
Right.
If we all drew a picture of, a reoccurring character that occurs in our dreams that's not somebody we know, and we all exchanged, I mean, I would think
there's similarities.
It's in the realm of possibility that there's 2,000 people that see that same person in their dreams. I mean, 2,000 out of 7.5 billion, take out the people that don't remember their dreams. So let's even say half, so 3.75 billion or whatever people. So 2,000 out of 3.75 billion. That's still within statistical anomaly or whatever. So it's
the interesting thing is nobody really has a negative thing to say about this man. Now, in my dreams, I don't know. I've talked about this on the podcast a little bit before. I have like recurring kind of like themes. I dream about work a lot, and even so, like, I've had the radio dream many times, or the DJ dream, which I've recently had, where you go to play a song and it doesn't play. There's just silence. There's dead air. Mm-hmm. I've had that dream fucking many times, and you're in a panic, trying to scramble and figure it out, and nothing works. I've had a dream where I can't run. Or I'm back in high school. I'm the same age now, but I'm back in high school, and I've missed all these classes and shit like that. So
there's one recurring dream about high school that I have where I'm in high school and I can't. I keep going to the wrong. I don't know what my schedule is.
Yeah. So
I don't know where my classroom is that I'm supposed to go to, and then like I don't know what book I'm supposed to grab from my locker, and then like I just. It's a weird dream that I've had a lot. Like that's probably one of I've only had a few like recurring dreams.
Right.
The other one is like I'm in a wheelchair, and there's some like townspeople chasing me, but it looks like you're playing Pac-Man in the city, like you're in a city in a gridded city.
Waka 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 waka.
Yeah, and the music might not be there, but you get the point.
That's a bummer.
Yeah, right. This is the best part. But yeah, I'm trapped in this like city, and I'm in a wheelchair, and people are chasing me, but it's all from above. It's like the bird's eye view.
So let's talk about some of these theories. All right. So a lot of theories, and I'm on thisman.org.
Do you have any of your own theories before? Because I didn't get into reading about the theories. I like the idea of coming up with a few. I'm sure we'll hit on what's on there.
I would think like if people are having, and it's always like with something with hardship, and that, I had a psychology teacher tell me that dreams are bullshit. That dreams don't mean anything. They're just images of, I've heard that they're going from your subconscious to your memory bank or something like that, or that they really don't have like a meaning towards them. Like you dream about things that you think about, or you just they're just dreams.
It saddens me that person's a teacher.
a college professor at that.
Because I mean, on top, like in terms of, all right, if we were, to go down, just to quickly touch on dreams and where we both sit in terms of that or whatever, even if dreams are just like your brain firing while you're sleeping and mixing up memory versus of all the subconscious information that your brain takes in that you don't actively remember, and it scrambles the two. It's still, no matter, like, I just can't believe that, because people confront their deepest fears in dreams. They confront, like, the things that they worry. Well, even things they're worried about, things that tend to can manifest themselves in your dreams. Mm-hmm. But it's like, even if it's just like taking that information, scrambling it up, and then you're seeing it, looking inward can do no harm, and it can always teach you something about yourself. I
suppose. Maybe I should look into my dreams a little bit more, huh?
I think that I wouldn't say that you should change your life based on something in a dream necessarily, but I don't see any harm in exploring the meaning behind dreams.
Sure.
I don't know if I get the whole if there's a crab in your dreams, you might be gay thing.
You might have crabs.
Yeah, if you listen to Dane Cook or whatever, which
I used to like Dane Cook.
I used to listen to some Dane Cook.
He's funny and in his own respect.
He's entertaining.
Yeah. Anthony Jeselnik does a good impression of him. Have you ever seen it?
No, but I do know Anthony Jeselnik, and he's much funnier. And,
agreed.
But either way, so like in that sense, I've never been anybody that's had like thought of like a guardian angel or a guardian whatever. Like
never had. I want to have a weird paranormal experience in my life at some point. I don't think I ever really have, which is a bummer. I want one. Minus the UFO I potentially saw.
I know a lot of people. I think like
people say they want one.
Desiring something that much, like, because I like growing up, I always wanted to have faith in.
I don't got that either.
In something about a higher power or whatever.
Sure.
And I wanted it so much, I think, that I couldn't allow myself to sit back and have it.
I can understand that. Yeah.
Which might not be the same with a paranormal instance, but
you just gotta go where it's haunted, bro.
Yeah, and there's plenty of places. Yeah. Especially in Wisconsin.
Want to get a Ouija board? Summon up some demons?
That's a little different. I don't want to do that.
Oh, as long as we close the door, we're okay. You gotta close the gate afterwards. Be like,
I think it's harder to close it than it is to open
it. Oh, hey, Cthulhu, how you doing? Yeah, great to see you.
All right, go home now. You're not welcome anymore.
Deuces, homie. So some of these theories, there's archetype theory, which...
we didn't even talk about our theories yet.
Well, I said I don't know if I have a theory. Do you have a theory?
Well, let's explore some things here before we just the people come here for your views, man. Our views.
I don't know, because I've never, like I said, I've never I don't think I've ever had the same dream 2 nights in a row or twice in a row. I've maybe have like fallen out of a dream and then gone back into it like in the same night, the same REM cycle.
What do you feel about collective consciousness?
I think there's something that exists with that, because there's times it's a weird, like, so this happened when I was like a kid a lot, and like a couple examples I can think of is when I was gonna sit down to watch a TV show, and I knew this show was gonna be on. I never looked at like the info of what episode it was, but I'm like, or you're watching a show, it's like up next another episode of this, and then you go, man, I hope it's this episode.
Yeah, yep.
And then it's that episode.
I used to have that with radio. With the radio, I'd go, man, I really want to hear this song, and then it would come on.
Right. Yeah, and that's happened to me a lot of times. And then I don't know, like I think there might be collective consciousness in a sense that
I think that's more synchronicity or whatever.
Yeah.
But like collective consciousness being that like all of this is like not necessarily real, like it is not necessarily real, but it's a collective idea, and then we go through it or whatever.
Sure.
But, and that's a little bit out there, but in terms of dreams, like if there's a collective dream consciousness, and when you're in when you don't remember your dreams, you might be a background player in somebody else's dreams, or something. Like that's what my mom was talking about.
Kind of like, I don't know about that. I mean,
I don't
maybe.
either. But I'm just saying, like in terms of this guy, if there was any truth to that, like so.
Well, that would make sense because there's so many people have the dream of going back to being back in high school. So many people have like the same type of dream. So to me, that would make the most sense because there's a collective consciousness somewhere where all these people are dreaming about the same thing because of some power, some
we all remember.
Force.
We all remember that setting. It's a setting that everybo's been,
That's
or
true.
whatever. But like, so if there was any truth to that, or any. Okay, let's we've mentioned the dream surfer theory. So let's talk about that. You're the host. I shouldn't be telling you how to do your thing.
You can do it. You can talk about it.
I need some practice for mine.
It's all good.
But so let's talk about the dream surfer theory. I think that would be fun to do, and then you can read off the next theory.
The dream surfer theory that a person is consciously going into these people's dreams, has the ability to do it. So there's a thing right here, kind of what it is. So the scientific sociological theory, which claims that this phenomena has arisen casually and has progressively developed by imitation. Oh, this is dream imitation. I'm sorry. Dream surfer. Here we go. It is the most interesting theory and the one that has the greatest implications, but also has the lowest scientific credibility. According to this theory, this man is a real person who can enter people's dreams by means of specific psychological skills, which, for me, that's not in the realm of impossibility because people, there has been like, not like complete and total mind control, but people like you can, like even with like lucid dreams, you can control.
Advertising is controlling people's minds,
right. You see a billboard, for McDonald's driving down the highway. 10 minutes later, you want fucking McDonald's.
Yeah, it's the reason why an ad comes on the radio and you go, and the first thing they say is, "Have you ever this?" No, fuck that. And then by the end of the advertisement, you're going, "Man, I really want that."
Yeah. So some people think that in real life, this man looks like the man in the dreams, which we've talked about before, and some think it's like there's a man. This man is a mental conditioning plan developed by a major corporation, which we've kind of touched on before as well.
Have you ever seen Community?
No. The TV show? The Dan Harmon show?
Yeah. There's a whole thing, a whole runner in Community, you've seen Scrubs though, right? Yeah.
So
the guy who plays Dude Meister. The Dude Meister.
Yeah.
That actor plays a guy that comes in and he's a plant at the school paid by, I think it was like Subway.
Yeah.
And his whole life is designed to walk around and make people want Subway. So every conversation that you have with him goes back to how great Subway is.
Oh, okay.
And then eventually you get hired by Hyundai or something like that.
Well, even you ever see the movie with David Duchovny, I think Demi Moore and some other people, Meet the Joneses?
No.
It's an okay flick. It's interesting.
It's crazy. There was a while where I bought every David Duchovny movie I could find, but I never heard of that.
Meet the Joneses, I think that's what it's called. So these people are paid to live in a very rich like suburb, and they have all the latest and greatest things, and they're not really a family. The Joneses aren't. They're paid.
Their life is to make products look good, or whatever.
Their life is to be walking advertising. So they pretend like they act like they're married, they got kids, and this and that. And they pull up with this new ass car, and the neighbor looks at it and goes, "Wow, what is this?" And he goes, "Oh yeah, I just got it," or whatever. And then everyone on the block has one.
Yeah, that's how the Community did it.
Yeah.
Too.
So this is definitely a form of mind. It's not beyond impossible.
Arrested Development does the same thing too. Yeah. So I mean, it has the same concept in their show. So
yeah. So it's not out of the realm of impossibility that somebody somehow figured out how to tap into somebody's psyche while they're sleeping and do this. But to me, I don't think it would be a corporation because it's not like you said, he's guided this person out of the store, and every time now since that person has
Well, he guided him to the cash register.
to the cash register, no, and to the exit.
Yeah, to the exit. It did say. I think the way you read it was to the cash register or whatever, to the
cash desk, and then he.
But he
got
actually
out.
did lead them to the door.
And then he said every time he had the dream ever since with this man, he always leads him, points him to a direction to wake up and to exit.
Yeah, it does. The corporate thing doesn't make sense to me just because of the having sex and stuff. That sounds
Right.
more like just a guy to me. But like,
Well, I think I can fuck people in their dreams.
So just to clarify this theory a little bit further too, there's two branches to or probably a few branches, but at least in terms of this guy's appearance in the dream surfer theory, some people believe that he's a dream surfer that looks like he does in real life, and then there's
Right.
some people that think that he's a dream surfer that altered he looks exactly the opposite or whatever of what he looks like in real
Right.
life. Which if this was a corporation that found out how to get into people's dreams, like, and let's just to explore that for a second. Let's say all there's these 2,000 people, which a lot of them go to therapy. Apparently, or whatever. But
Yeah.
I go to therapy and I don't have any guy in my dreams. But
Yeah.
but there could be any product, right? Like if they have a product that
Right, but there's not.
a corporation. Well, even a little product, toothpaste. So what if they all use some some type of toothpaste or something? It's not paranormal.
Oh,
Somebody's just coming home.
scared the shit out of me.
Hello.
As my wife walked in and she had sunglasses on and looks like she's about to rob the joint. Really, she got her hood up, got a hat on.
She was looking like a baller.
Hey, I got a question for you. Come here, sit for a second. Have you ever? I just have one question. What? You need to talk in the microphone. Don't roll your eyes at me. Have you ever had a dream of this man?
Here, I got his picture up if you don't.
I don't even know who that is.
That's this man. Have you had a
No.
dream? He's never helped you out in your dreams?
No.
Okay. Enjoy your food.
How's your day going? She said, that's how my day was last night. It sucks. It's a regular Thursday.
So anyways, before she scared the shit out of me.
Yep.
Corporation. So maybe, you're saying that
Well,
the people who use this product now are just somehow through advertisement or through something like
through
this
something
man is there.
Yeah, through something in the product, there's like a microchip or something. Like there's that
Sure.
movie Paranoia, whatever, 1.0. It's like a real. I've never been able to find it outside of like some indie avant-garde app or something. Not an app. It was before apps. But either way, just before I lose my train of thought, I think that if it was a corporation doing this, don't you think they would use somebody looking a little more generic?
Yeah.
This guy sticks out. Like
Yeah, he's pretty specific. Or and same thing too. Like, don't you think like when he points the person out of the store or whatever, helps him out, and he goes, he would say like, "Thanks for shopping at Meijer."
Well, the advertising agencies, I think, have gotten so good at subliminal propaganda that.
Sure.
And I guess the other question is, when this guy shows up in your room, can he alter the setting that you're in?
Doesn't sound like it. No, he just lives in the setting of the dream.
But does that
And he
mean
helps you.
how would you know? I guess.
I guess he wouldn't. Is he controlling the setting? Yeah, you're saying okay, maybe. I don't know. It's interesting. How was that food? Oh, all right. She seems grumpy.
It's because I'm here.
No, has nothing.
I have that effect on
Has
women.
nothing to do with you. She probably had a long day at school. She's gonna have a long day too. So, I don't know. I would say either dream.
Is she leaving for good now? Or is she just running out to the car?
I don't know. She's grabbing my car seat. The car seat.
Oh, okay.
She So I would say either. I don't know. I think the dream surfer theory makes sense to me.
I think that's the funnest theory to explore, and
Right.
also the scariest.
Yeah.
Because if the wrong, it's like politicians. They start off good, but you give them a little power.
Yeah.
Who knows what they can do with it, right?
That's true.
Also, well, it sounds to me like at least one thing is he doesn't have control of the dreamer's mind, because say in the dream in the shopping mall, the person ran from him at first.
Yeah.
So it wasn't
He
like
chased him.
Yeah, it wasn't like he's controlling the idea. Like, okay, I felt for some reason that this man wasn't going to hurt me, so I approached him. It was like, fuck this dude. So like he has to at least coax you into believing that he's a good person. Which probably lends itself to why that theory even started. Because if some guy shows up in your dreams and you're like, I know he's okay, I know he's a good guy or whatever.
Right. That's how they start.
Then you don't even question why he's there.
Then you're just hanging out with this man.
Yeah, it's just
interesting that they don't they've never
named him.
Especially when you have an intimate dream with somebody, they don't. My name's Richard.
Yeah, I was just effing this man.
I was fucking this man the other day. But
who are you talking about? I'm talking about this. Oh, this. I like this.
This man. So,
Mr. Man.
A couple of one that we've touched on a little bit. This man is an archetypal. I don't know. Image. Yep. Image belonging to the collective unconscious that can surface in times of hardship, which makes sense, and also in particularly sensitive subjects. So we touched on that. There's a religious theory. So here we go.
All right, next theory.
According to this theory, this man is the image of the Creator. That is to say, one of the forms in which God manifests himself today. This is the reason why his indications in the words he utters during the dreams, but he's had sex with people in these dreams. So, I mean, I don't think, depending on what God you're thinking about, I guess I don't think he'd be banging people.
If God,
your Catholic God, I don't think he'd be doing that.
For some reason, God needs love too. But the idea, I guess I feel like God is
what's
not
going on in the Christian church. I mean,
I just don't. Yeah, it seems to me like God would be genderless.
Right, I would agree. And why would you choose to look so like that?
Maybe in heaven, that's beauty.
Well, damn, then I'm gonna be first. I'm gonna be one of the sexy motherfucker.
Just so I can alienate some people. Let's say the vanity is pride and vanity are sin. So people that are beautiful all go to hell. So only ugly people go to heaven. Therefore, big eyebrowed, no upper lipped, connected lobe monkey motherfuckers get into
monkey motherfucker. There's a daytime recognition theory. So this theory states that the apparitions of this man are purely casual. Normally, we do not remember precisely the faces we see in our dreams. The image of this man would thus be an instrument which, in the subject's waking life, facilitates recognition of an undefined image.
Well, I could see, like, in the sense that, and a lot of people that look into who's in your dreams or even, like, police sketches and stuff, right?
I don't remember who's in my dreams. I really...
Well, that's what I'm saying is, like, if you don't remember, but then you see a picture, one person remembers.
That's it.
And then they get a sketch, and it could be right, could be wrong. And then another person goes, oh, that person was, and then what is this? Oh, it's a guidance dream guy that was in. It's from a different. Oh, I've seen that guy in my dream. And I don't believe that, but skeptics, that's what they will say is happening.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily believe in the dream surfer theory.
Yeah.
I kind of believe that it's just a numbers game. That even like
purely coincidental.
Yeah, even look at like the image of Jesus Christ or something like. We just believe that he's a skinny dude with long hair and a goatee.
Like Jim Morrison or something.
Yeah, because we. And that's a clear real world propagated image.
Right.
So it's not the same, but I'm just saying like you get.
You lived in the Middle East. You might be a little more tan.
There's really the idea of I think him even having. I don't want to touch this subject anymore because that's just not something I know enough about or whatever. And we're talking about this man, not that man.
This man, yeah, we're talking about a different man. Well, there's the dream imitation theory. So this is they're saying that this phenomenon has arisen casually and has progressively developed by imitation. So basically, when people are exposed to this phenomenon, they become so deeply impressed that they start seeing this man, in their dreams again.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
They consistently think about it, especially like the people that are like like someone shows them a picture and they're like, yeah, I've seen that person in my dreams, and now they're gonna dream about it again.
Well, and that's I was talking to my mom about that too. Is that it's like when you buy a new car, like when I bought my
car all over the place.
You see everybody else with that car.
That's true.
So, and in a dream where you are literally creating everything around you, of course, once you see this picture, you might create that just out of the fact that you want to see it.
You had a dream about Post Malone? Yeah. People can't hear you. This is a one-sided conversation.
That's okay.
You like Post Malone? You think he's cute?
No, we talked about him and then I had a dream about him.
Something. He's a rock star.
She just said that she talked about him or with somebody, and then she had a dream about him, which I think that happens quite a bit all the time. Like a lot of my dreams are a mashup of things I've had happen or things I've talked about in the previous week.
I had a dream last night that I had to. What are you doing? Oh, dude, Robert's here.
So cute.
Thank you. You smell good.
That's a great compliment.
You smell so fresh, baby. I'll see you later when you get home. Now I'm saying, shit.
Have a good day.
I had a dream like last night, and it like kept making me wake up, which pissed me off. Like that these, I had to like find like there was like forklift drivers that didn't exist, but then like in my dream I was like, yeah, they don't exist because this isn't real. It was a kind of a lucid state.
Yeah,
I was like, this is a dream. These don't exist. But then I'm just like, well, yeah, they do. Now I need to find work for these people, or I need to like do. I don't know. It was like supplemental workers on forklifts. I don't really. I have dreams all the time where like I feel like something is incomplete. There's a pattern that I'm missing. There's a puzzle that I'm missing, or something like a part of the equation that makes me constantly like shuffle in my sleep. Like I'm tossing, I'm turning, and I'm like thinking, but it's impossible to find a solution because there isn't one because it's a fucking dream.
Yeah, and that's
hate it. And I have a lot of those. A lot of those all the time.
Now that's like if you believe in what dreams represent, like that's you had like a therapist or whatever might say that you have a fear of disorder or a fear of or you have a need for order and or control or something. And I'm not a therapist, so if you're a therapist and you listen, you go, that's so fucking wrong. That's not right at all. This guy doesn't know what he's talking about. I absolutely do not know what I'm talking about.
Well, this man, there's this man pop up on Netflix. So this man pop up at 9 minutes and 28 seconds of Lucid Dream, a 2017 South Korean science fiction film written and directed by Kim Joon-sung. Just so you know.
But that's of course he pops. There's like draw a picture of anybody and you'll find them somewhere. You know, they're in the world. Because we all, if you're using the basic characteristics of a human being, there's going to be multiple people. Like there's people that look like you and me out there, doppelgangers or whatever.
That was another topic I was kind of researching. So this month we're going to be doing all Strange Brew episodes. I have a topic. I have two topics that I'm going to talk about. One's going to be it's called the Resurrection Mary.
Oh, I was just listening to Astonishing Legends as a 5-part.
Oh, really?
Dude, it's so different than this, but that's what I listened to last night. Here's some synchronicity for you. This episode, Resurrection Mary, is literally a super old episode on there.
Really?
And I've passed it over many times. And last night I finally was like, all right, I'm going to listen to Resurrection Mary.
Legends, yeah. Man.
Fuck those guys.
Fucking popular podcast.
You know what they don't have? Beer.
Yeah, to our listeners. Well, maybe they do. Hopefully, I hope people enjoy beers while they do it. But
I seriously think, and write in if you want Drew to do more work. And but I think that you should be telling people the next week's beer at the end of this week's episode, so that they can go.
We pick the beer like 10 seconds before we start sometimes.
Well, you know, you're not so new to this anymore, so maybe you should get your shit together.
Okay. Well, the next one I can say, I don't know. I have no idea.
Wow, way to tease.
I have
You're a beer tease.
The Malaco Stout from Three Floyds. We'll have that eventually.
I guess if you do end up doing that, and I'm just saying, like, how many of you listeners out there like the idea of drinking the beer that we're talking about while you listen in on the
Yes, here,
conversation.
that's a good idea. But I don't know. I'll see
But
what I
that's
can.
a lot of work, and Drew's only one man, and you
A
know,
lot of shit on my mind and shit on my plate. They should be happy they're just getting the content. I'm
you know,
just kidding.
if we are what we eat, then you're eating a plate full of shit. No wonder your mind's shit.
Lots of cheese.
You eat shit for breakfast?
Yeah. But we gotta wrap this up because I gotta get rolling.
Rob was late again.
It's okay. So this man, I think it's a phenomenon that's definitely, obviously, if two people are saying that they've drunk to this person, odds are at least a handful of them are telling the truth, and some sort of phenomenon is happening, causing these people to have the similar occurrences and like positive occurrences with this man.
In this day and age, I think that there's a few interesting things here. One, and maybe the biggest crazy thing that maybe makes me like, because the first thing I want to believe, or that I did want to believe, is like, okay, there's so many people on the planet that once you put that picture out there, of course there's going to be enough people that go, oh, that guy's in my dreams too. And that could be a mashup of just because you don't recognize the person from real life.
Yeah.
We see hundreds of people a day or whatever. If you're in a big city, you might see 1 million people a day.
Right.
And your brain takes in all that information. It just doesn't decipher it all because why would it? So it just throws it into, whatever. It throws it somewhere else. So to me, I want to believe that. But at the same time, in this day and age, for this man to show up in 2,000 dreams but not do bad things.
Yeah, that's
Wouldn't you think that if he was not real or something, if it was controlled?
You would think at least one person would have a bad dream.
Exactly,
about it.
yeah. Especially the way he looks.
Right.
And I'm not saying he looks bad or whatever, but I'm just saying he definitely is not a normal-looking person.
Mm-hmm.
So when you see him, you would not just equate him with that's a guardian angel or that's whatever.
Yeah. Well, let's we're gonna leave it at that. It's very interesting. It could be a guardian angel, could be coincidental.
Yeah,
could be a dream surfer, could be a corporation.
Yeah.
You, the listeners,
decide.
It's now in your hands. But one thing we're not going to decide for you, or that we'll decide for you, is whether or not we will drink or dump the Imperial Pumpkin Porter by Epic Brewing, a porter brewed with pumpkin and spices. I would say drink it. It's not something that I'm going to reach for necessarily. Like if I see it and it's surrounded by other beers, that's not going to be the first beer I reach for. That's what I will say.
I would take this over your normal, Coors.
Oh, of course,
Miller, whatever. Obviously,
I do like porters. This one does have a little bit more of a flavor, a little better aftertaste than some other ones, but
it's a good October beer.
Yeah, for sure. It's a good seasonal beer. It's a good time to be basic.
Yeah. And then nothing.
Yeah.
I'll talk to you after the show for a second.
Yeah, I gotta
go.
I gotta roll here.
Yeah, sorry I was late. By the way, everybody, if you disclude my short appearance on Trevor's episode, this is my 11th episode.
Hell yeah. So
I hope you guys enjoy me being here as much as I enjoy being here.
Yeah, and if you don't, well,
tell Drew. And
this shit's free.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. What do you want me to do?
Send me $20. Send Drew, not me. Send Drew $20 and say stop having Rob on, and he might consider it.
All right, man. Well, thank you.
I would tell him he should.
And if you have a dream of this man, please let us know. Toodles.
Pew pew audio. Goodbye, everyone.